Right, guys, it's Blackman the Traveller. I hope you guys have been enjoying the latest podcast series that I've been getting on. Right now, we've got a special guest, yeah? Born and raised in Newham. I'm not even going to talk too much, but I'm going to let the gentleman introduce himself.
Oh. Okay, my name is Beni, Mensala. I'm from Newham, and I'm an art publisher, and I'm a fashion photographer as well.
What's going on?
I'm good, man. Feeling amazing.
It's been a very long time, my friend.
I know. You've changed as well. You've done a lot. I've seen what you've been up to. It's been good, man.
I've
been good.
I've changed my life, man. I've changed
motivated me as well,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
Like,
so, Benny, where you originally from, bro?
I'm from Congo. That's the DRC, and that's like Central Africa.
Big up Congo, man.
Come on, man.
Willie Logomba.
Gomba.
Coffee.
Like Sinini. Like coffee. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're born and raised in what? Was you born and raised in Congo or was you born here?
No, I was born in England, innit?
Okay.
I've only been back to Africa like last year.
Okay.
First time I went to Congo was last year.
Yeah. So tell me about yourself. Like, how was your upbringing? Like as a child?
As a child, I'd say my upbringing was good. Like, I felt like I had parents that cared about me.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? They didn't neglect me, or like I never starved like that. Do you know what I mean? But I grew up like any other like person or like kid that's growing up in London and like an estate and that. Do you know what I mean? You've got parents that love you and that, but they go through things and it's like you don't understand it when you're young because you're just bare like everything's done for you, innit, when you're young and that. So you don't really understand what like your parents like that go through. But it's like when I was young, I was thinking like, like my life is shit because I don't have all these things in it that looks cool and that on telly and whatnot. But as I got older and I started working and doing my own thing, I realised, like it's not easy, you know, like just like even like getting a job or living day to day in London, you know what I mean? It's a big inner city. So it's like, even for my parents to come here from Africa, it's a big move, like, you know what I mean? It must have been scary as well. But, yeah.
When you was a child, what was you into?
What was I into as a child?
Yeah. Or like, what did you want to be like?
As a child?
Yeah.
I always thought I'd either be like an engineer or like a doctor or something, like something to do with like
African parents people. Always you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. My mum tried, I'm sorry you failed, you ended up with a son that just does hitchhiking. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nah, but you're doing what you love, and I feel like if I had kids, I would like tell them to do what they want to do that makes them happy. Do you know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, like no one can live your life for you. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
It's like you should never be ashamed of your life. Like, do you know what I mean? As long as you're happy, it doesn't even matter.
I agree.
Like, for real.
I agree. So when you was young, you wanted to be a doctor and an engineer.
Yeah.
So at what age did you start to like change your perspective in life? Like, did you go through any trials or tribulations? Like,
yeah, definitely. Come on, like, you know, definitely. Like, I'll say because I moved around a lot. Because I used to live in South London.
Okay.
And I moved to East, like, just when I hit my teens, innit?
Whereabouts in South?
In Stockwell, so that's
Southwest,
in Lambeth, yeah. And then, I moved to East, like my first, like, early teens, innit, and that. I remember, and then it was just, like, just moving around from living with people you grew up with and then moving to a random area, you're just a new kid, you know what I mean? So you know how that could be, like, people just testing you, like, little things like that, and it's like, you're forced to, like, have a shield on you and move a certain way because it's like already you're black and you're in a new whole area and you've got other fucking like black kids that are going through things as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it just adds more to it. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like there's a lot of like youths nowadays like into bad things because there's nothing to do. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like would you say like the generation now, like because there's no one to guide them. Yeah.
There's no one to motivate them. Would you say this generation is more worse than when we was growing up in Newham or growing up in London in general?
Not really, to be honest, because I just feel like it's just glorified more. Because back then, people didn't want to do stuff like bad things like that. Like, it's like they had to do it because to survive or had to make money or whatnot to feed their family or whatnot. But nowadays, I feel like the internet and social media has like made the youth like more like conscious about who they are, like, which isn't a bad thing, but it's more like on a narcissistic way where it's like like life ain't even valued as much as it was before. Do you know what I mean? So like, people just take lives and that, and it's like, at the end of the day, like, it's 2 lives are ruined, not just one, innit? To get it. So it's like, I always tell like my younger siblings or like cousins or nephews and that, it's like, you should always try to like see life in a different way, do you know what I mean? Not just in your surroundings, to get it. That's how I kind of branched out, because I've always been a person that's open to new things, innit? And I feel like that's one thing that I love about myself, do you know what I mean? Like, just
unique in your own way.
Yeah, just like try things, you know. There's nothing wrong with trying new stuff, like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you never know if you're gonna like it or not.
True.
You get it? It's like, unless you try.
What made you want to get involved in photography?
Photography. From when I was young, I always loved films. Like,
okay,
everyone knows this. Do you know what I mean? Like, films was my thing, innit? Like every time, like, I would be at home and that, coming back from school, like, I'll just have a film and watch it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, and I had an uncle that worked in, Blockbusters.
Okay, yeah. Big up Blockbusters,
remember
man.
them? Yeah.
I used to get the VCRs from there back in the day.
Yeah, that was lit. It was lit. Blockbusters used to pop. I remember, like, my uncle worked, they used to give us DVDs, me and my sisters and that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was just lit. Like, everyone would come around the house, like, on the block and that, watch
Sundays,
films and that. It was lit.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, I just found a camera in my house, like, one time. It was my dad's, innit? But he's moved out now, innit? But like, my parents split up and that. But he had some of his stuff there. And the camera was there, but it was just like a point and shoot camera, innit? Like a film one. But I was just taking a load of pictures on it.
Yeah.
And then some of them will start coming out good, do you know what I mean? It's like just with like friends and stuff, like we'd just be chilling, be taking photos and stuff, and it was coming out good. And I started doing it more, and I just enjoyed it. And I felt like, I actually like this. And I realised this is what I'm meant to be doing. It's like, make art, do you know what I mean, or be a part of the art world, kind of thing. And I realised that
was that your set cut off? Was that your first interaction when you said, you know what, this is actually what I want to get involved in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did do videos before that.
Yeah.
As well, before I was a photographer. I did videos, and I was doing like videos in the ends as well.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Old school.
I've done a lot of videos for a lot of people, like a lot of rappers in the area, and like everyone basically, like all like the prominent people that are out right now to say, which is like sick to see, like wow, I'm actually a part of this like culture, like from like, you know what I mean, from the ground up kind of thing as well. And it's like everyone I know is like doing so well, do you know what I mean, and just living their dream, living their life, and it's just, it's motivational, because it's like we come from nothing at the end of the day, do you know what I mean, and like to even do something we enjoy is a blessing, you know, for real. Like,
do you think as a young black man, or let's just say a person of colour, do you think people of colour that work in the industry, especially in the photography industry, do you think they don't get the recognition that they deserve?
That's a good question. I feel like you're right and you're wrong at the same time, because at the end of the day, if you're doing good things, like people are gonna see it. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter, because the internet's just open to everyone, isn't it?
I agree.
So it's like if someone sees something good, maybe it might just be it hasn't been seen by the right person yet, or the right people yet. So it's like that's why you should look at it like it hasn't been seen by the right people, because it's like there's millions of people online, or billions or whatnot, and it's like I feel like it kind of probably was, you know what I mean, like that, like a long time ago. But I feel like the industry is kind of changing now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of black people like doing stuff like acting and doing like corporate roles as well in the industry. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot. Even my friends, do you know what I mean? Like work in the industry as well, and they seem to be enjoying it. But yeah, I feel like things are changing, man. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think things are changing for the best or for the worst?
For the best and worst. Like, you know how the industry is, man. You know, like it's a tough game. It's like any industry is tough, man. Nothing's easy. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to do like good things, it's never going to be easy. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so many obstacles. Like just being black, as you said. Do you know what I mean? It's like already. And then you get the extra obstacles already, just living here. You know what I mean? It's like you go through things like back home, and then it's like industry stuff. Yeah, too many things are going on, and it's like it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, definitely.
You're very creative.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, very creative. I remember the first time I met you years ago, and this is like when I was getting to drama school.
Well,
I went to the same drama school as John B. Hagan and Tisha Wright, and then I had this thing. I think I was trying to do like a little film, a little short film in
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
called it One Way Out or whatever.
I remember.
I had to delete that. Shout out to people that supported. I went to Identity, man.
That was a big film.
Yeah,
that was a big film.
That was a big one.
That was big, for us. That's epic because it's like I was so gassed them times.
Yeah.
We were doing crazy shots like on the cars and stuff.
We were on top of the cars. Cars are getting quick. Boom, boom, boom.
You know?
I had a creative mind, but then I remember like the first time I met you, and I met you through that, and I said, "Wow, this guy's gonna be something." Because you was always the guy in the ends that you was yourself.
Yeah,
everyone knew you, but you was yourself, and I think you stuck to your goal and you stuck to your heart, and that's one thing I always respected you.
I love that, man.
Even like when I was in Australia for 2 years, and then when I was traveling and I was looking at your profile on Instagram, I was like, yeah, man, at least like you've kept your head up high.
I love, man. I had to, man. I had to. It's like, for me, I'm like, when it comes to my life, I'm an opportunist in my life.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I know I could do something, I'm not gonna push it under the rug. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna question it. If I want to get it, I'm just gonna do it. And it's like, I'm not scared of like making mistakes or errors. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what makes you as a person. You know what I mean? We're still growing. Do you know what I mean? I'm still learning new things as well.
Yeah,
I'm still a student of the craft. Like, do you know what I mean? So I'm still learning, and I love doing it.
I've seen your photos, man. They're very old, vintage type of thing, and it's very different type of art. But like, I'm into vintage clothing, as you can see. Yeah. But I've seen your photos on your profile.
Yeah,
the very old, stylish, vintage thing, and you even have. I think you've got a separate account. Have you got like a record label? I don't know what that is. Or is it like another platform that you
Thunder TV?
Yeah.
Thunder TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Thunder TV is kind of like, you see how I used to do True Media?
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
Back then, I feel like I want to bring that element back into like the ethos of the company, like Thunder Studios, like of like working with music, working with different types of artists. Because at the end of the day, man, I love art. Yeah. You get it? That's why I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, any way I could like make art or make great things and be a part of it with people as well and make stuff I love, I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? Just make cool shit, and really all there's going to be on that website will be like clothing, books, collaborations with the artists, videos, like, do you know what I mean? Like different things, like interviews as well. Do you know what I mean? With different writers and stuff like that. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, it's gonna come into fruition, man. It's gonna be lit.
Who came up with the concept and like the name
of Thunder TV? I did.
Okay.
I'm basically kind of like a one-man team right now, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'm
independent.
Yeah, right now, yeah. I feel like I want to start working with more people now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like build something.
Yeah.
With a few people. You know what I mean? Like select a few people and then take it somewhere. Yeah.
I've seen that. Did you take a Photoshop for Reg 32?
Oh yeah.
And how was it like to meet someone like him, especially someone that's very intelligent? And
it's crazy because, like, I used to listen to Reg when I was younger.
Me old school, the ghetto,
and trust,
old school grime, man.
You know, I used to listen to him when I was younger, and it was like, when I saw that I'm shooting Reg 32, it's like I didn't really deep it like as much until like. When I met him, I was just like, right, I'm in a room with like this guy, like I'm just here, like taking photos of this guy. This is someone I used to watch on telly, like coming back home from school, and
now it's you taking
photos of him.
Now you see the progress. You see the progress that you couldn't probably visualize yourself being there at that moment, taking pictures of someone that used to idol. And now that you're actually doing it in real life, it shows the steps that you've taken to become a man.
Yeah.
But the steps that you've taken to. Like the steps that you've taken in your journey, because it's part of your journey.
Indeed, yeah,
and it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, indeed, he's an amazing person as well, man. Like just to speak to him as well, like genuine guy. Like it's like defo like one of my best shoots. You know what I mean? That's why it come out amazing. You know what I mean? I
saw the picture. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, like it was a good day. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was just a good day to me. Like, because I was doing what I enjoy, meeting good people. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing.
Have you had any like difficulties with like certain celebrities that are hard to work with, or certain people that in
I wouldn't say it's like a difficulty, but it's like I've kind of got over the fact that obviously everyone lives different and likes different things and might not like certain things, and it's like I'm cool with that, but I feel like if I'm working with someone, like I'm not afraid to tap into your world and work with you and do stuff like, you know what I mean? And like we could collaborate, but it's when people don't understand you and they're not trying to understand is the problem. And it's like
communication.
Yeah, the communication's always like, you know what I mean? That's the thing. I feel like it's not really a problem, but it's like you explaining to people, oh, this is why we're doing this and that, and it's like it's just long because it's like you waste a lot of time as well on that set explaining too much to people. Do you know what I mean? And it's like I feel like if you're gonna work with someone, look at their stuff in it, and you know what I mean, look at the type of stuff they do, and then you kind of have understanding what type of work it is. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't put someone out of character.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I was to do a shoot with them,
yeah,
like all my shoots are like it has purposes. Like
you got a story to tell.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't make someone look crap. Do you know what I mean? It's like when I work with people, I hope they trust me.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like
I'm sure they do because like the artwork that you put out there is,
I hope they do. You
know
know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's all really. But no, I've never really had problems like that. But I've never really had like problems at shoots and stuff like that. Obviously, sometimes people don't show up or things happen, but you just gotta move on. So I've never seen it as a problem. I just seen it as it has that what element wasn't meant to be there, or do you know what I mean? And you just work with what you got, because there was a time when I had like I didn't even know how to use a camera. I had to work with what I had. You know what I mean? It's like that mentality will take you to the top. Do you know what I mean? Like,
as a kid, could you ever picture yourself like taking pictures for Reg 32 and working with people in the industry and, you know, growing as a person? Like, could you see yourself now? Yeah. As a kid, or like, did you always know that?
I don't think so. When I was a kid, I wouldn't think I'll be doing what I'm doing now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're living there, it's like, oh shit, I'm actually living in this. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it makes you more addicted to the success. Do you know what I mean? And you want to do more and more and more because you know what you're capable of. Do you know what I mean? And that's what is like. That's what makes me think like, wow, like, I actually done all these things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all these years, it's how you spend your time as well. Do you know what I mean? I always knew if I spend my time doing things that is going to benefit me in my future, it's only going to have good results. Do you know what I mean?
Would you say the time that you've had now, would you say that it's helped you grow on as a person, as a man?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's opened doors, opportunities for you to like network with other people.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about like I've met a lot of people. Like you don't want to network too much. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but you do want to network with the right people. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like never be too forceful with it. I'm never too beggy or forceful with networking.
I agree.
It's like I'm more like if I vibe with you, like, do you know what I mean? It's like I'd work with you anyway, just because I vibe with you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're all artists as people. Do you know what I mean? And it's like if you vibe with someone, like you could make art with them, especially like if you're vibing together. Yeah. It's like a lot of people work together that you don't even like. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's why it's like the more people just be natural with it, the better. You know what I mean? I think the industry. Anyway. I
totally agree with networking. I think the industry is it's a very funny game.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that are willing to network. And there's a lot of people that got big egos. I always say this on all my podcasts. Whenever I interview people or people interview me,
the ego thing that just comes from people that have never really people that weren't cool. Yeah, that move with a narcissistic trait after they get like, some sort of success in that, because it's like I don't know if it's like some people have a different goal in it in life, so it's like at the end of the day I don't even judge people like that because they have a different goal in it, and it's like you have your goal. If you know you want to like do good things and work with like cool people and do whatever and be nice to people, that's you. Do you know what I mean? Don't change yourself because there's these people that are doing this or talking to people like that, treating people bad. Do you know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's toxic because people will probably feel like they're better than you at whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like ego is mad. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not better than no one. Do you know what I mean?
We're all the same.
Like
we're all the same. Yeah. And one thing I hate, like I respect people that are on their hustle, people that's on their marathon. You know what I mean? Let's keep going until they finish the marathon. But there's a lot of people that just got too much of a big ego. Yeah. And they're not willing to network with other people because of their ego, because of pride, because of maybe they see another person as a threat.
Yeah, like they might do better than them or something, but that's the thing with the black community as well. It's like if we stick together, what's gonna happen?
That's the
You know what
problem.
I mean, it's like we all know what would happen. It would be better, but no one really wants to do that because everyone's selfish. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I think that's the problem. I mean, not
everyone, innit?
I'm not gonna be rude to the black community, but I think it's like the problem with us is we have all the tools.
Yeah, everything we need
to be as that. We might not have like the thing is we lack the mindsets. Yeah. When I mean the mindsets, as in like, for example, when all this rest in peace George Floyd when he died, and everyone was like, Black Tuesday, whatever, Pound Day, whatever, black businesses. This should have happened years ago.
Years ago.
You know what I mean? But I think the thing with black people is that we have competition amongst one another.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know you, I'm more likely to have more hate on you. How's my man doing this? Like, he comes from the hood. But if it was a white man or an Asian man,
I want to work with him.
Yeah. But they want to give two fucks.
I want to work with him. Like, I want to do like this.
Yeah, they want to give two fucks. I think that's the problem about our community.
Scary, man.
We need to cut aside the ego and grow.
Yeah.
And that's why I started this podcast, because I want to put everyone on, all nationalities, get about colour skin, all nationalities, all
Sweet,
different.
Man. That's awesome.
All different religion, ethnic backgrounds, people that have a story to tell. Because I believe, because the whole concept of Blackman the Traveller podcast, it's not about travelling, the podcast. I mean, I do travel content, but this podcast is to let people come on that are underrated, that don't get the credit that they deserve in the art that they're making. Come on, speak on, let people know who you are, and then hopefully people understand. Wow, there's someone that does photography. There's a girl that does property. There's a girl that does.
Look, man.
You know what I mean? There's a girl that does film directing, and there's other people that could be in your position. Well, that want to be in your position.
Yeah,
but you're gonna influence other people to become.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Influence is that's what art is.
Yeah.
Art is influence.
Yeah.
And I feel like people forgot about that. It's like art is meant to influence the next idea. You know what I mean? It's like that's how I see it anyway. Because if I didn't look at certain things, I wouldn't want to do certain things. Yeah. So I watched certain things and I said, yeah, I want to do this. Like, it's giving me the courage to actually go and do it because I've seen it and it's possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like art is a language as well, man. It's like there's so much to it, and I feel like that's the best way to communicate to people through art. You know what I mean? And it's like that's all it is, and we should use it to communicate and make good things. You know what I mean?
What's your end goal?
My end goal. That's a good question. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I know what I want to have in life. Like, I want good things, of course. Like, but I say my end goal. Don't know, man. I'll say I want Africa to be free from like European and American like influence. Okay. You know what I mean?
What about you as a person? What is your end goal?
Myself.
You, in terms of like the photography, you know, like your business, what's your end goal? What do you want to achieve?
I want to achieve greatness, man. Like, I want to make stuff that I could look back at and it will influence me even looking back at it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make art that will influence some kid on the block and be like, right, this guy grew up in my area. I remember him. You know what I mean? Like, I was on a pedal bike as well, you know? Like, to get it, like, you know what I mean? I was on a pedal bike as well,
BMXs, man.
You know?
Flat tires.
You know? Trust me.
You get me?
Like, all of that, for real. Like, and it's like, I want to inspire that person to say, like, yeah, I want to do this, like, instead of, I want to go out there, I want to go OT, I want to go sell drugs, I want to carry a knife, I want to, instead of doing that, they want to make stuff that's going to influence their people. You know what I mean? It's like, I've seen it happen, you get it? So it's doable, like, that all it takes is the influence to get it. I just got to make art. That's all I got to do. You know what I mean? Just make shit. You know what I mean? And people get influenced and want to do great things as well. You know what I mean? Any motivation words that you give out to the youth out there? Right? Something motivational is like, don't let your circumstance dictate your life. That's one. I'll say two, don't ever look at someone else's situation and compare it to yourself, because we're all different. You know what I mean? And three, like, mind your company, mind the type of people you're around, because the friends you have are the people that are gonna like basically dictate your life, like in terms of the way the direction is going. Because you move with a pack. There's like wolves. You know what I mean? It's like if everyone's moving in different ways. It's like everyone's gonna be affected in it by everyone else in that same circle. You know what I mean? If one person's doing good, like, and they're influencing, everyone else is gonna want to do good as well. Do you know what I mean? It just works like that. If someone's doing bad, some people are gonna stick to the bad way, and then it just gets worse.
Be a leader, man. Be a
leader as well. Like yourself, like just lead yourself. Do you know what I mean? Don't let no one lead you. Like,
I remember there was one person. I remember there was one person when I was in hitchhiking, and he said this. I don't know like the right quote, but he was like, "Dogs." I think he said dogs walk in groups, or wolves walk in groups.
Yeah,
but a lion walks in its own.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I was like, I couldn't really understand, and I thought, okay, be a leader. Don't be a sheep. Be the black sheep.
Don't be a sheep, because at the end of the day, if you stand out, what does that mean? That means that you stand out. Do you know what I mean? So practice that craft of standing out as much as you can. Do you know what I mean? Stand out always, man. Like always, like to get it. It's like don't worry about what people have to say or anything, because when you're young, I feel like everyone's very, very, very like thinking about like what do I look like to other people, like what does this person think of me, and all this stuff. And it's like, if don't focus on that, focus on the right things, man, like that you like. You know what I mean? You live a better life. You know what I mean? You won't fucking be like in your mid-20s depressed, like you know what I mean? Because you didn't do what you wanted to do as a youth and that. And then that you get it, like, so
make the most of the time you have, man. Make the most of the time you have. Guys, I'm going to put all of his social media platforms in the description. Can you please let the audience know where they can find you, bro? You can find me on Instagram at Beni Funder. So that's BENIFUNDR. Yeah. And then you can find the art publishing company at Funder Studios. So it's FUNDR STUDIOS. And that's all. Thank you. Right, we're not finished actually, because we're going to play a game. Okay, a game. I've started to play games like, you know, these podcasts, you know, because I do traveling, innit? Well, so I've got 5 simple questions, geography wise, innit? Okay. Every podcast I'm going to switch up the questions, but it's going to be travel related, Right, you get 3 answers, for each question, All right, question number 1. Right, the longest river in Africa. The longest river in Africa, is it the Nile? Yes, sir. Good. Oh, okay. Question number 2. Yeah. The United States of America is located in what continent? It's located in America. I mean, North America? Huh? Is it North America? Yeah, I think so. All right, cool. Question number 3. Yeah. What is the biggest mountain in Kenya? The biggest mountain in Kenya, is it Kilimanjaro? Yes, sir. Okay. 2 more questions. All right. I'm on a roll. Right. What is the capital? I know this one's going to get me. I can feel it. I ain't even finished it yet. Go on. What is the capital of Pakistan? Bangladesh. Oh, you see what I mean? I do it. Bangladesh is a country, bro. You see what I mean? The capital of Pakistan is Lahore. Listen, Lahore. I hope it is. Yeah, it should be Lahore. Okay. I said Bangladesh. Nah, you see what I mean? I didn't even know. All right, the last one. Go on. In Brazil. Yeah. What is Brazil known for? Brazil. Is Brazil known for its food? Yeah. Or is it known for football? Pick one. Football. Come on, football, man. Ronaldinho on those things. And listen, he done well, innit? Yeah. But how can man say the capital of Pakistan is Bangladesh? And listen, no insult to any Bengali or Pakistani person, innit? But man just was. I'm gonna give you one more question, to redeem yourself, All right. I'm gonna think of something. All right. Boom. What is the longest river in the United States? Lake District. Nah, bro. Lake District is in England. It's the Mississippi River. That's a Lake District. Right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this blog. I am going to put all of his social media platforms in the description. Guys, be honest in the comment section. Like I said, this podcast is for anyone that is underrated, that doesn't get the recognition that they deserve. This podcast is for young entrepreneurs, because he is a young entrepreneur himself. You know what I mean? He's a photographer. He's got his own business, and I think we should be able to network amongst one another. All not being rude to to any podcast that's out there, I respect what they're doing, but I think everyone needs to unite, network, and grow. That's the most important thing. But anyway, guys, it's man like Blackman. I hope you enjoyed this blog, and it is what it is, isn't it? Check out for the next one. Bow.